Hey you guys, happy Monday. Welcome to my channel, Wholesale to Million. My name is Khang. Before I get to the main topic, I want to ask you guys, did any one of you did the cold call challenge this weekend? And if you did, drop me a comment and let me know how it went, how many calls you did. And you guys, I'm not here to judge. I'm sure none of us will judge you, but don't be shy. Drop those comments and let me know how many phone calls you did. How was it? How was the experience? Was this your first time? Or has this been multiple time already? You know, anything, just, or any question that the seller asked that you want to know an answer or curious how I might respond, drop me a comment, let me know, and I would love to share with you guys my opinion on it and how I would respond. And maybe you'll get some other tips from some other you know, subscriber in our channel that can share with you, so that way you can kind of get an ideas and have various opinion on it. All right, you guys? So anyways, drop me a comment, you guys. Let me know, please. So let's get into the main topic here. So this video is to answer this question, and this question came from one of our subscriber, and the question is, so why do most people can't? So what is it that caused you to not be able to assign that contract? So why do most people can't assign their deal or can't assign that their contract? And so, you know, so the question is it the price? Is it the location? Is it the property? Like, what is it? Now, I'm going to give you guys my opinion. All right, I'm going to give you guys my opinion. And, you know, and we all have different opinion, but this is going to be my opinion. And I would love to hear your guys' opinion and your thoughts in the comment below. All right. So my opinion is that, to me, it's really more because you don't have the reason why you couldn't sign that that deal, that contract, is because your pool of buyer is not big enough. It's not large enough. All right. That is my number one. That is my number one thing that I think that's the reason why. And you guys, till today, there are properties that we tied up that we couldn't be able to assign or find a buyer for it. And because we couldn't find that perfect buyer, that buyer for that particular property. Now, is the pricing has to do with it? Yes, the pricing does have to do with it, but you guys, but let me share this with you. Back then, obviously, you know, it has to be under somewhat of a discount, okay? It can't be like full retail value and you go out there and you're trying to find that cash buyer that's gonna, you know, that you can assign a property to. They say, well, they can just buy any property on the market. So it has to be under somewhat of a discount. It just doesn't have to be under major discount, which means the 30 to 35% off. Now, I just want to make sure that I'm very, very clear on this. So when I first started out, right, when I first started out in wholesaling, my pool of buyer was very, very limited. So I got property under contract, you guys, at 35% off. And I still weren't able to assign that. I still weren't able to assign the contract. And the reason why was my limited buyer, I had limited buyer, okay? So I would get that property under contract and I would send it out to all the buyers I got. And you know, some of them will say, well, Khang, you know what, I didn't like the location. So the price worked, but I don't like the location. So it didn't work for them. All right. And I have, you know, buyer comes out there and said, hey, Khang, I like the location. The price is good, but the rehab is just too much for me. Right. I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to do that major of a rehab. Right. I'm looking more cosmetic, right? Quick flip. You know, and I have buyers that said, Khang, I gotta get it lower than that. Okay, so at that time, even if I got that property under contract at that using that formula, 30% off. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm clear. Even to today, when we put in offer, you guys, we put in offer. So wait, let me get into that. Let me get into that a second, because I don't want to mislead you guys. So anyways, at that time, even if I got under contract at that time, but with my limited buyer, because they're picky, they're saying this and that, I weren't able to assign that contract. So we end up having to cancel it. All right. So having the kind of buyer that we have now, you guys, we were able to put more property under contract. We put it under contract, not even at the 30% off. But our target is when we put in offer, put in offer at the 30% off, but since our pool of buyer is large enough now, and we know and we have worked with them, right? And so we know what kind of property, what kind of profit they're looking for. So now so there's more opportunities, and we're able to put property up under contract at the 15% off, at the 20% off, right? Because of how competitive the market is now, and because of the amount of pool of buyer that we have. I'm just pulling up to a gas station here. Sorry about that, you guys. I got an incoming call, and that was that's from a cash buyer on one of our deal, and I have him recorded, so I'm going to be sending that out. I'm going to be uploading that to you guys so you guys can listen to it, because I know some of you have requested that, okay? So anyways, you guys, it's just that the amount of pool buy we have now, we have more opportunities to lock property up under contract at a more higher price than what we used to do it at the 30%, okay? So, so even now, if there's property that we locked up, and if we can't assign it, I just know that we haven't found the right buyer for it, all right? And we just haven't found the right buyer for that piece of property, okay? And that's my opinion, you guys, because if you guys look at property that's on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, if you guys check that out, there are people on there that are willing to pay. There's property on there where you'll be like, well, I wouldn't pay for that price, but there's people out on there that are willing to pay for that price, because these kind of buyers, they're mom and pop, their husband and wife that, had some money saved up, and now maybe they're looking for their first fixer, to go in there, and they're willing to put in the sweat equity where they're going to do all the remodel, all the repair, and sits on it for a couple years, and they're happy with having 15 or 10,000 equity, or knowing that, hey, after they fix up, they're paying 10 to 15,000 less than their neighbor. All right, you guys, so they are okay with that. There are those kind of buyers out there. You just have to be able to able to hustle market to find those kind of buyer. They're not seasonal investor or savvy investor. So a lot of times, they buy a property, they fix it up, and they're gonna hold on to for a couple years, and they're looking for appreciation. There are buyers out there that's also going to, they buy it high because they can fix it up, right? They can fix it up themselves, and they're gonna rent it out. All right, they're gonna rent that property out, and they're gonna shoot for appreciation. So it's just, you guys, there's so many different kind of buyers out there. And just over the weekend, I've chatted with an investor. He's working a full-time job. He's looking to get into real estate, and he's looking to either buy a rental property or put his money into a fix and flip. So he's currently have some equity in his own house, and he's looking to refinance and pull some of those cash back out to either buy a rental or to buy a fix and flip. And so I was just curious. I said, so how much do you plan to make off of a fix and flip, right? So now he's going to become one of my buyers. And he said, Khang, I'm okay with making, after everything's said and done, all the realtor commissions, I'm okay with making $10,000 on a flip. You guys, there's no way when I was fixing flip, there's no way savvy investor or seasonal investor would be okay with making $10,000 on a flip, right? They want that 30% off. They want that 30% discount. So look, now I got a buyer that are willing to buy a piece of property, fix it up, and okay with making $10,000 on it. All right, you guys, so he would be able to pay at 15% or even higher. All right, you guys, so my personal opinion, the reason why, if you get that property under contract at a reasonable price, it doesn't matter the location, because as you guys can see, the reason why that property is there in the first place is because there's people that looking to buy in that area. That's why the property is there, right? It's because there's people that look to buy in that area, and that's why they built it, right? So to me, it's not so much about location, price, because everybody paid different price and willing to pay different price. So it's not, to me, it doesn't come down to so much as in pricing. And you guys, really, it's a hand in hand, right? So in my opinion, if the price is at a reasonable discount, that and if you can't assign it, it means that your pool of buyer is just not big enough. It's not large enough where you just have to keep on hunting and find that perfect buyer for that property. That's all. To me, that's my opinion. All right, you guys. Because there are properties that we tied up on a contract now where there's no way that savvy investor would ever buy our property. But you know, we are now looking, and you guys, the majority of time the biggest assignment fee that we make is not on the savvy investor, but on those investors, on those people that are willing to pay higher price because you know, either they're gonna fix it, they're gonna buy it for their kid to live in, and their kid can fix it up, or it's that contractor that's looking for his first fix and flip, and he's okay with buying it and then go in and, you know, spend 3 to 4 months and putting in all the work to fix the property up, and either he or she's gonna rent it out or they're gonna flip it, and they're okay with making $10,000 to $15,000 off of that flip. All right, you guys, and that's where you're gonna make your large assignment fee. It's not assigning it, okay? It's not assigning it to that savvy investor, but to those investors that are first time looking to get in, looking to buy their first fix and flip, or maybe they have some money in their 401k or their retirement, and they're not making that, they're not making that kind of return, and now they're like, you know what? I got some money. I want to take it out and put it into real estate, right? So you guys, to me, okay, now I want to make sure that I'm clear with you guys. You know, when we put property up on a contract right now, because of the amount of because of the amount of buyer that we have, and we know what they're looking for, and we know what they can pay, we sometimes tie property up on a contract at 20%, at a 20% discount. So we're able now to tie more property up under contract than before. Where I was always focusing on, getting that seller to come down 30%. And now I'm okay with getting them coming down to 20%, 25%. But when we make the initial offer, we offer at 30% discount. Okay, we offer at 30% discount, but we're okay with coming up to that 20 to 25% to get that property locked up, because we know that we have buyer that's willing to pay at that 15%. All right, you guys. So I want to make sure I'm clear with you guys. But when you guys are starting out, and when you don't have that big of a buyer or a pool of buyer yet, obviously you don't want to, tie it up under 20%, and then you trying to market it, and you couldn't find a buyer because your buyer is limited, and they're all looking at that 30%. So basically, when we shoot out the 30%, and like I was sharing with you guys in the other video, when you can lock a property up under contract at 30% discount, minus repair, minus your assignment fee, you should be able to find a buyer for that property. All right, if you hustle and if you market enough, you should be able to find that buyer, because it's, because now you're not just, because now those savvy investors, they are happy with that 30% discount. Okay, so with the mom and pop and with the husband and wife, their first flip, they can't buy 3 to 4 property at once, right? They would buy one property, fix it up, and then maybe sell that, wait until that property sell, take all the cash back, and then buy another one. All right, you guys. So that's why you don't want to tie it up so high and then not being able to find a buyer for it, and then cause a reputation where you're not able to execute, and you don't want to hurt your reputation. So I'm saying that to the new starter out there, you tied up under 30%, your chance of selling that deal is a lot higher than if you tied up obviously at a higher price when you don't have that big of a pool of buyers. All right, you guys. So I hope I'm clear. And I hope I answer your questions. But if I didn't, drop me a comment and let me know. So to me, it's not so much about pricing or location. And what I mean not so much about pricing is obviously, we got to be reasonable. What I mean by it doesn't have to be under a major discount, under major discount. All right, it just needs to be discounted. All right, discounted at a certain amount, and you just have to find that buyer that's willing to pay at that price. And there is buyer out there that is willing to pay right, for more than the savvy investor. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I didn't confuse you. But if I did, or if I did not answer your question, drop me a comment, let me know. I would love to hear you guys' opinion, what you guys think. So drop me a comment, let me know, you guys. Gosh, well, what else? I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out for you guys. I mean, looking back at some of the deals that I did before and what I did now, even now, there are deals where we send out, where we have buyers that go out there and they look at the property and they'll be like, well, you know what, Khang, yeah, the price is too high, the location, the amount of work, but you know what, we hustle and we market because now we know how to market to find that buyer. We hustle and we market and we find that buyer, and that perfect buyer will come in and say, Khang, it works for me. You know, there's people, you know, those guys, they want, you know, to make $25,000 to $30,000 on the project. I'm okay with making 10 or 15. So I'm gonna buy it, right? So you guys, there is that kind of buyer out there. To me, if it's under at a reasonable discount enough, the reason why you can't assign it is because you haven't found that buyer for that particular deal yet. All right, to sum it up, that's my opinion. All right, you guys. So anyways, you guys, that's it. I want to wrap this one up. So for you guys that's interested in learning about wholesaling houses, where you don't need a boatload of money to start, you don't need good credit because you're not going to get a loan on it, you don't need any construction background because you're not going to fix and flip the property, all right? You don't need a realtor license, you don't need any kind of license to start, all right? But eventually, as you grow, then you want to get a business license, but you don't need a business license to start wholesaling houses. All right, you guys. So anyways, for those of you who haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button and let me share and teach you everything I've learned and know about wholesaling houses, so you guys can go out there and duplicate and create your own success and your own financial freedom. All right, you guys, the ultimate freedom that we all wanted. All right. So for all of my subscribers, you guys obviously have been super amazing. I'm truly grateful to have you guys a part of my channel and help me grow this, and also too is in my journey. All right, you guys, thank you so much. If you like this video, you guys, don't be shy, smash that thumbs up, give me a like, and so that way it lets me know that I'm producing the right content for you guys and I'm heading in the right direction. All right, you guys, so smash that like if this video is somewhat helpful to you. All right, you guys, and if I answer your question, boom, smash that like 10 times. All right, thank you so much, you guys. Take care. Have a great day.